Cheers.
We're going.
Cheers.
Are we live?
Yes.
The song like fades in and out.
Oh, bummer.
I can't really hear it.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post. Just kidding. We won't, because we're live with Primetime 2016. We got my boy Seth here, Commissioner. We got Dan Favich rocking the Randall Cobb jersey, looking good.
Backwards.
It's not backwards for us.
It's technology.
It's backwards for you. So, yeah, very first episode of the 2016 season. We're a few weeks out from the draft. We are going to cover the spring meeting, the couple rule changes we made. We're going to preview some keeper action, try and guess who everybody's keeping, and then we're going to talk about the structure of the league and all the changes that happened. The surprise bracket shakeup. What was it called? What divisions? No, I don't remember. What was the hashtag that we were using? Bracket.
Well, I think bracket gate. Because there may or may not have been a leak.
That's right. That's
of
right.
A portion of the bracket, but
There was a leak. It was just on purpose.
Purposeful leak. Okay. Okay.
But I believe the word you're searching for is realignment.
Realignment. There we go. Yeah, I've got a bone to pick with you guys about that, but we'll get there later.
All right.
For now, I think we're gonna go over the rules, and we're gonna go to Rule Master Robbie. He's gonna, just touch on.
I like the alliteration.
Yeah, there we go. The rules that happened. We had a lot of votes. That just didn't pass. I don't think we changed many rules, but
Well, we didn't change any real rules, but we did change like a bunch of small rules that were like stupid to begin with, which we changed. So I think there were 11 changes. I'll just go over them quickly so that everybody is aware. First of all, we removed the requirement to field a full roster after the draft, since ESPN won't even let you do that. Then we removed the requirement to field a full roster, so now you can start someone on bye, like a kicker, for example, if you don't want to drop your last bench guy.
Yeah, that rule was pretty much just in there because of Todd, wasn't it? So that was kind of a lot of the things we did, was kind of cleaning house with all the Todd rules.
Well, we had to go over that one about 8 times, I think, because Mike Rinaldi had to clarify specifically what we were talking about.
Good.
We changed so that if a player recovers a fumble for a touchdown, they get 6 points now. Fab or waivers now happen Tuesday night instead of Wednesday. That's probably a big one that some people are going to forget about week 1 unless they watch this video. You can trade Fab dollars now.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
You can include Fab dollars in any trade during the season.
Kind of sweeten the pot a little bit, right? Yeah.
A kept player must now be on your roster for Week 13 and throughout the playoffs in order to keep him the following season.
Did we have people fucking around with that earlier? Is that why we made that rule?
I don't think anybody really violated that one. It just prevents people from stashing players during the playoffs when the teams that are in the playoffs can't do that.
I think we kind of had that already. We're just bumping it up a week.
Yeah, pretty much. We clarified you can't keep a player who's on IR unless you acquired them prior to them going on IR, if that makes sense. So you have to either draft them or pick them before they go on IR. And even if you trade them, then that provision transfers over to the new team who has that player too. The big rule change was allowing trades prior to the 1-week window prior to the draft. So that's all the trades that have happened here in the last 2 months. That was new. And then someone volunteered to make a trophy. I think Eric may have made one. And then I don't know about the numbers. Yeah.
So that's coming up. We got 3 weeks. I've got my eyes on one on Amazon, and I'm going to. I don't know if we passed dollars, if we passed a rule to raise the buy-in, or I'll probably just ask for a little bit of money. That's kind of what everyone said, was like, we'll just pitch in. So
we were 2.5 hours into the meeting at that point, so we were pretty much done with voting.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one on Amazon for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want one.
I recommend a mini Stanley Cup.
Oh boy, we definitely want engraving. That's for sure.
Then the last rule change was just the switch up of the divisions, which I think we're going to talk about anyways. So, what's your bones, Jeff?
My division's really hard. That's my bone to pick.
Well, so, well, the way they were picked is, and I think we talked about this a little bit at the spring meeting, is kind of ranked everyone based on a hybrid of their legacy score, which is essentially your performance in the league over the last X number of years. But it was a hybrid because we only took the last 3 to 5 years. So the reason you ended up in that hard division is because I think the way it snaked out, I think it started with Jim, and then just kind of came back through, and that's just how it fell in the snake.
I think once the division shook out after we put them in the legacy score formula, I only think we made like one or maybe two, but I can only remember one. I think like where we swapped some teams. Otherwise, we just let the numbers ride.
All right. That's just the past 3 Super Bowl champs are in my division. So.
The past 3?
Yeah, isn't it? Didn't it go Weber, Jim?
No, it went Jim. You know what?
Maybe.
I think Corey might. Didn't Corey win one in there?
I lost to Weber in the Super Bowl my first year, and then.
Yeah, maybe that's the one then.
I can look. I think. Well, okay, that's a fair point there. Yeah. I have nothing to say.
We overlooked that.
It's fine. I've been listening to podcasts. We're gonna bounce back. I'm not gonna shit the bed in the draft this year, so we'll have a strong team. I should, we'll deal with it. I just have to beat the other Wisconsin team? I have to either win my division or come in top 3 in Wisconsin, is that right?
Yeah, because it's the 2. So in your conference, it's the 2 division winners get a playoff spot, and then of the remaining 4 teams, one of those will get the wild card.
Whew, it's gonna be tough.
I did some fact checking. You were correct. 14-15.
Good. Researcher Robbie, in addition to Rules Robbie, he's now Researcher Robbie too. Cool. Well, so let's talk a little about the divisions then. We got Minnesota West, consisting of 1.21 J.J. Watts, Turn Your Head in Coughlin, and Fuck Zach Braff. Why is that his name, first of all?
I don't know.
I know why. So when we were driving over the spring meeting, Mike was talking about how he wanted to change his team name, and then 5 minutes later, he was telling a story, and then just stopped and went, "Fuck Zach Braff." So then it just kind of became the team name at that moment. So I don't know if he's sticking with it, but that's how it came about.
Okay. Well, who do you guys have? I think we might be all in agreement on the winner of that division, at least early, 3 weeks before the draft. Judging by the past couple seasons, I think Corey's a lock to win it.
I don't know. Jordan's been doing some good stuff in the offseason.
Making some moves. Is he going to be pissed that I'm just shitting on him before we even started?
I think it's interesting because, and I guess when we go through keepers in a little bit, it'll be something to discuss. But Corey's got some really expensive guys. And my brother's got a decent amount of affordable guys who could. So I think that could balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, this is the first year with unlimited keepers.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, that's true. And I don't know. Yeah, Corey's gonna either have no draft money or he's gonna have a completely new team, or maybe he'll.
I think his entire draft hinges on whether or not he keeps Antonio Brown for $61. Or does he throw him back out there and maybe get him for like $54? I mean, $6 goes a long way. So. Right.
I think I got him last year for like 50 something. 61's insane.
Mm-hmm. And then he has Tom Brady, he has Le'Veon Bell, both are out 4 weeks. So I mean, he could have if he keeps any of those, he could have a slow start to the season. I don't know.
That's true.
There's some interesting, and even though Le'Veon's out 4 weeks, he's still $51 right now or something.
Yeah, so it's a toss up. I don't know about Mike having a shot in that division either way, but
Yeah.
We'll head east to Minnesota East then, which is Richie, La Flama Blanca, Johnny's Bananas, and Purple Rain, which I like that name. I hope it sticks. He kind of has to now. Prince died, so. Um, it's going to be a battle between, well, we're just going off history, obviously, because we have to, between Johnny and Purple Rain there. I think Dan is going to favor himself. How does the commissioner weigh in on this?
I think it's going to be a really interesting season. Because it's going to go two ways. It's one, is Dan as good as he is? Is Dan actually as good as he's been the last couple seasons? So has that been a fluke, or will he revert to kind of where he was before that, which was fairly mediocre? Or is Richie on the upswing, or was last season a fluke for him? Because he went from perpetual basement of the league to a playoff team. So I mean, if that trend continues, he may win. I mean, because you go from here to here.
If Richie ever wins the Super Bowl, Eric's gonna need like 2 posters to hang all the playing cards on. His roster is like, did he start like 30 different people last year or something?
He made like 60 waivers for himself.
Hey, wasn't there a bet about something that someone would have to shave a penis in their head? Was that related to fantasy football or something else? I think that was between Richie and Eric.
Wow. Okay. We'll have to get him on next week and ask, because I do not even remember that at all.
I remember that.
I didn't know because I didn't know if maybe that was dependent on Richie winning the Super Bowl, in which case I'll root for him. So.
If anybody was in chat, they could tell us, but we have 1 viewer right now, and I don't know who they are. I said hi, and they didn't answer.
So yeah, I think divisions are. It's hard to predict divisions right now because I think last year we don't know if last year was the off year or this year was the off year because we've had teams that have consistently made the playoffs. Those being like Seth, Josh, Mike Stevenson, Jordan. If you go back a couple years, all those teams missed the playoffs last year, which is why Richie, Mike Conradi, myself. That's why we got in. So
yeah,
who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell what trend we're on right now.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane draft. First year, unlimited keepers. Second year with the auction, so people maybe know what they're doing a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be pretty crazy.
We'll get to the draft.
So yeah, we'll go Wisconsin West. Then we got Jim, line of Jimmage, We Burglars, and then of course Binion Wins. I just switched my name from Binion Wins again back to Binion Wins. So I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it happened.
I didn't. But as we're going through this, it's so difficult to try and project who wins because it's such a toss-up every year.
Yeah, it really is, and after the first week, everything's just going to be blown up already. So
yeah,
Jordy will tear his ACL in a few games. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about my division. We're just going to see what happens. Move to Wisconsin East, where we have the Sethosauruses, Ejon Island, and Dan Raz. That's a real crapshoot right there.
I think Dan will finish in the middle.
Right about the middle.
Right about the middle.
And then, all right.
While we're kind of talking about divisions, I'm curious if this has impacted your guys' preparation or as you've looked at keepers, because I was in a situation where I had a bunch of guys with Week 10 buys. That's one of the reasons I traded T.Y. Hilton, even though I liked him, is because I play Eric in Week 10, and it's a division game, so I need to win it. So I was like, shit, I don't want to load up on guys that week.
Yeah, I have just started to get a handle on the guys I'm targeting based on who I'm keeping. So the next step for me is kind of going and seeing when I play a divisional opponent and kind of what happens there. So yeah, I'm in the very early stages of building or planning my roster and who I want to get. So, but that's definitely something to keep in mind, kind of who they might be keeping when their buys are. I mean, you could go as far as to look at who your keepers are playing in those weeks.
Yeah.
You know. So, no, I have not done any of that yet. But
I guess the more overarching question is how impactful are those games actually going to be now that there are legit divisions? I mean, does
pretty damn impactful, I think. Well, right? Is it just overall rate? Is it if I beat Jim twice, but still have like the worst record than him? Is that how? Is it?
No, it's still overall record, but for tiebreakers, it would go to division record or conference record.
Head to head first, I think, and then.
Yeah, head to head. It does go head to head on a tiebreaker. But I mean, if you're beating him twice, he's losing twice, which I mean that can make up ground fast that way in division. And it makes the game, like I'm thinking about this too, like say it's a Monday night game between like the Browns and the Chargers, and say I don't have anyone on those teams. But if there's a division game going on, it makes it more interesting to follow that because I have a rooting interest in 3 games a week now.
Yeah. Have we I didn't look at the schedule at all, but do we play division opponents like randomly, or is it like one weekend is a division weekend?
It's randomly throughout the year.
It's random, but it's backloaded towards the end of the year. For example, I have division games in week 11 or 10, 11, 13. 5, 10, 11, 13. So, and most everyone's is kind of that way. There's only a couple people that they're evenly spaced out. For most people, it's like the last 5 weeks are the majority of them.
Yeah, I mean, as butthurt as I am, I think it's a good thing. Because before, we used to just like shit talk the other divisions and they mean nothing.
It meant nothing.
Anything. They were just pointless at that. I mean,
yeah. So this is cool.
It meant nothing, and the biggest motivation for it was, like, you played your conference once, and then you played the other conference once, and then you played 2 random games against the other conference. So you weren't even playing the same opponents as your conference, yet you were, judged against their record.
That's how it all started, was from a scheduling standpoint, because Corey was initially pissed that he didn't have another shot at Jim.
Oh.
Because if Corey would have been the 1 seed, I think I would have been in the championship just the way the playoffs fell. So I'm also pissed.
And then Corey would have won.
Corey would have beat the shit on me, yeah.
Well, so one other question. Have you guys, I don't know if we covered this at the draft, but have you like froze the divisions for at least 2 years, or would you be looking at a shakeup after a year if things are just super lopsided?
I think it would take a couple years to shake out. I think it would just be up to, it would probably be a vote that someone would propose, and then people would vote on it at the spring meeting. I mean, if the majority of the league wanted to realign, I mean, then we would. But
that would be a contentious vote. I don't know if you'd get a majority on that. So maybe we would have. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think after 1 season anybody's going to vote to change the divisions, but I think what could be voted on for change is potentially how the playoffs work, because right now we've got it set up that 3 teams from each conference make the playoffs, so the 4th team in Minnesota conference could be better than the 3rd team in the Wisconsin conference, and somebody's going to bitch about it.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah, it's inevitable. But
it's going to happen in any format you have, so it's just a matter of where that happens.
Yeah, fair enough.
I won't bitch about it if it's me.
My bitching's done for the year. So
that was a mild bitch too.
I mean, it's warranted in my opinion, but that's just putting it in everyone's heads that, hey, look at my fucking division. Anyway.
Let's try and predict who people are going to keep.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, any final thoughts on divisions, or we'll move to keepers.
I think my division is playing together in the golf scramble in a couple weeks. So, Josh, Richie, I hope you know I'm 4-0. We just need to keep that going. 3-0? 4-0. 3-0.
Something like that. Okay, so keepers then. We are starting just in the top of the list here. 1.21 J.J. Watts. I'll run down his lineup if you don't have it in front of you. He's got Brady, Forte. I mean, people that he's going to be keeping possibly. Brady, Forte, Demarius, Antonio Brown, Jarvis Landry. He's got Bell. He's got Arian Foster, too. Jesus Christ. And he's got Jameis Winston, who I've heard is looking really good.
He's got
he's gonna keep. Who do you think he's gonna keep? Who do you think he should keep?
So, okay. It's who do you think he will? Who do you think he should?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just clarify. Who wants to start?
Can he afford to keep Bell and Brady and just be fucked the first 4 games?
He could.
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, all he has to do is get D'Angelo Williams for like what, $7, and
I think he'll go for more than that.
He can stream a quarterback for 4 weeks.
Yeah. So who do you think he should and will?
I know who I would. For sure, I would keep Arian Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good value there. I would
just
say,
put Ajayi's first on the depth chart.
I don't think it'll stay that way.
I know.
Arian Foster's only $6, so you can afford to take him for that and not have him play a game.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
the upside of it is so tremendous.
Yeah.
That for $6, I'm willing to take that bet all day. Even if he got up to $10, I would do that because he's still the best pass catcher there, and
yeah,
I think he still can be good.
I mean,
so maybe the question should be name one guy you know Corey will keep, and name one guy you think he should. So you would say Foster.
Yeah.
Who do you think he's gonna?
I think he'll keep. Well, let me check Landry's value. I think he'll keep Landry, but he made a move to get him, and I think he did it because he knew there would be upside.
He traded,
based on some other guys he could have got.
He traded the guy from Oakland, didn't he?
Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll keep Arian and Jarvis Landry, though. No,
I don't know if he'll do...
I'm not a fan of doing that, so I don't know. It depends on what he wants.
So what you're saying is Antonio Brown's going to be on the market.
I think
so,
too.
I would not keep Antonio Brown for that price.
No. That's like... Oh, God, that's so much money. That's more money than I've... What's the most anyone's ever gone for in our league?
Well, Jeff, what have you drafted people at?
I don't know. I drafted Antonio Brown for a lot and Gronk, but I think I drafted Antonio Brown for like $54 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 54. Maybe Jamal Charles went for 62 our first year.
Damn.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to Dan then with Turn Your Head and Coughlin. Who do you think Mike will keep and who should he keep? He's got Eli, he's got Lacey, Doug Martin.
I think that Jordan.
Did I say Mike?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I think Jordan will keep...
They changed their names so much.
I know. I think Jordan will keep Eli Manning, Eddie Lacy, Doug Martin, T.Y. Hilton. Yeah. I'll go with those guys since he has to keep all those guys.
Oh, who else should he keep?
I would keep Kevin White.
You think, huh? I guess
He's
isn't
been hurt still.
Jeffrey hurt a little?
He's hurt, yeah. Sorry, last year I took Eddie Lacy for $55, and I think he was the most expensive.
Jesus Christ.
So,
wow. So Jordan's gonna have a boring draft day then.
He's got a lot of he's obligated to a lot of keepers because of the trades, and then I'm sure there's a couple more that are good value. But at the same time, I have a lot too that I'm obligated to. But I think that's kind of what's fun is because you can really target guys, and if you know ahead of time that if you think they're good value and you want them, you can go get them.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Fuck Zach Braff. Drew Brees, Jamal Charles. He's got Bilal, Sanders, Hopkins.
What is Deion Lewis going for right now? He's an intriguing one.
13, I think, is about his ADP.
Ooh, I think that's the one you got to go with then, even though he's got the injury risk. Yeah, he's $14 right now. I think that's a good deal. I mean Hopkins as well if you want a top end receiver.
If I was Mike, I would keep. Is this airing before the draft? It's airing now. Damn it.
Airing now. Airing right now.
Live.
If I was Mike, I would be keeping Breeze, Hopkins, and DeAndre.
Lewis. Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, take that advice then, Mike. Maybe you can do something with your season.
But if you could only pick one, if you could only pick one.
I would probably say DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, it's so key to have.
He's saying Hopkins because he's targeting Breeze.
I have Cam Newton.
You're gonna keep him?
I mean, how can I give up potentially 50 yards and a touchdown in a given week?
Fine. All right, we're moving on to La Flama Blanca. I love his logo. Just Kenny Powers doing the suck it on the pitcher's mound. He's got an American flag as a cape. GIF logos are the best. If you don't have a GIF logo, you're a step behind.
I don't know. I think the custom Cephosaurus' logos are the best.
So who's Richie keeping? He's got Dalton. He's got Jonathan Stewart. He's got Amari Cooper. He traded him for him, but that was early before, right? So
yeah. He traded for Alshon Jeffrey, so he's keeping Alshon. So based on Richie's mock draft the other day.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can look at that.
I think he's keeping Dalton, Ajayi, Cooper, Walker, Jeffrey, Sims, Cousins, Langford.
I would keep Cooper out of those, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would keep Cooper as well.
A lot of upside.
How do you feel about your chances this year against Richie after seeing his mock draft? Johnny.
Well, he still has a ginger at quarterback, so I feel pretty good.
Okay. Well, we're moved to Johnny's Bananas then. Seth, who should Dan keep? Who do you think he's going to keep?
Okay, I think he's...
Seth knows my internal struggle that I've been going through the last...
I think he's going to keep Cam.
I think he's going to keep Cam. But, like, literally... So I think Hyde's a good value. I think Hill is actually a good value as well, even though he underperformed last year. What's he going for right now?
13.
Yeah, I mean, $13. Even last year, as bad as he was worth $13 all day. So I think those two are intriguing. Langford's the guy he's always talked about keeping, but I think he may be the one he doesn't keep out of those running backs. The other ones almost have more upside for the value. But I know the struggles between Allen and Evans. I think I go Evans.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't think he can go
What
wrong.
do I know?
What do I know? They have James Jones now there, so.
So we're halfway done. We've got Purple Rain. He's got.
Well, let's hear from Dan. Who does Dan think Dan should keep?
Fine. Dan, who should you keep, and who are you gonna keep?
I think that I should keep. I can't even look at my team here because I'm in everybody else's. I'm probably gonna keep Kendall Wright for sure.
All right.
And Chandler Catanzaro. And Justin Forsett. There you go.
A lot of misdirection being thrown here. Fair enough. So Purple Rain, he's got Lamar Miller. Jordan Matthews, who is hurt now. He's got Gronk. And Diggs, who supposedly is tearing it up in camp. And he always wants a Viking. He does always want a Viking.
I think he only keeps Lamar Miller.
I would think he also keeps Golden Tate.
Not Gronk. Golden Tate should be good. Is Gronk just too pricey?
Gronk's tight end values are overinflated in this format.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We should do something about that.
Right.
We thought about it, but
I don't know what, though. Yeah.
It really only matters for two people. The top two tight ends. Everyone else is fine anyways.
That's true.
People aren't going to keep, yeah.
You want to weigh in on Purple Rain, Robbie, or did you? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, I think he's keeping Lamar Miller for sure.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he can go. Outside of that, I think Gronk is his only top end person, so everybody else is just I think Golden Tate's kept.
I think he is good value.
I think he keeps Tate and or Stephon Diggs.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. I called Diggs. He's taking them. He's keeping them. So now we move to line of Jimmage, who's got the dope-ass Julio Jones gif as a logo. Yes, exactly. Hold on. Do that again. I got cameraman duty. There you go. That's it. So he's got Rodgers, Yeldon, D'Angelo, Julio, God, Odell Beckham, Allen Robinson, Jesus Christ. He could keep them all and have no money and win again.
Yeah, I don't know if he can afford it. He's got to keep Rodgers. He's keeping Rodgers.
He's got to get some running backs in there.
He does.
This is what I think he's going to do. I think he keeps 2 of those top wide receivers and rolls with D'Angelo Williams for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And keeps D'Angelo? Keeps D'Angelo?
Yeah, because nobody's going to be drafting D'Angelo at, like, more than...
No. Yeah, he'll go for more. Huh.
So I think that's what he did last year. He kept 2 big wide receivers and a quarterback and just let his running backs figure it out throughout the year.
Is he to the point where he's getting taxed on Odell now?
No, not
no. But, I mean, either way, this is kind of where it works out, though. I mean, because Julio's going to be like 56. Odell's like 57 right now.
Yeah.
Robinson's not that bad, but they may potentially go up more. I mean, they've only been increasing each week.
Those top, like, 7 wide receivers, top 7 running backs are all going up like half a dollar every week. So
yeah. So I think by the time we draft, those guys are going to be damn near 60 anyways. It's going to be a fight for whoever he doesn't keep between everyone else.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, cool.
I'm surprised more trades aren't happening.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. There aren't even a lot of trades during the year. There's the Stauber Alliance that
we like trading.
Plays around. I like trading too, but I haven't known enough about fantasy to not get raped on trades. So
that's I would have probably made the playoffs had I not traded anyone last year, including before the draft. The keepers I traded.
Yeah, it's pretty much like I throw a trade out there. They say no. They offer me something else, and it's just pretty much just like a rape.
Like
it's just a roofie.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
Like what?
We're not talking about trades right now, all right? So we'll move to Weeburglers then. He's got Tyrod Taylor, Melvin Gordon. He's got Gurley, Cooks, Watkins, Romo, Ingram, Edelman, who's hurt.
I know who I'm keeping out of this bunch.
Who?
Well, Gurley's so expensive. I think Gordon's a good value right now.
I think he'll keep Gurley.
I think he'll keep Gurley, and I think he'll keep Gordon.
What about you, Robbie?
I think I wouldn't keep Todd Gurley. I've been burned by that top running back, and his division is so competitive defensively. But I think he will keep Gurley. If I were him, I would opt for Mark Ingram instead, personally. And I think he'll also... I would keep Tyrod Taylor, honestly.
Yeah?
What's he going for?
$2.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, Binion wins.
Wins.
I might have to do some misdirection like Robbie did here.
Well, I want to look in your eyes as I say these names.
Hey, yeah.
CJ Anderson.
Big smile. Big smile.
I haven't looked at their values. What's CJ Anderson going for?
He's pretty good value right now. 20, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, 20. Yeah. That's a good value for him. He was hurt last year. He turned it on at the end of the year. I feel like there's less competition there. They have no quarterback, so they're going to run it. I think he's good value at 20.
What's Carson Palmer going for?
I think he's good value too. He's around 6 right now. I want to say 6 or 7.
$6 only? Sweet. What's Tyler Lockett going for?
I don't know what he's going for.
We need points for kick returns, motherfuckers.
I don't think he gets points for that.
Special teams does.
Right, and that's why we don't do it for the other guys, because you.
Yeah. So Tyler Lockett wouldn't.
I know. That's why I said we need him.
I'm confused. Tyler Lockett. How the fuck is he?
He's going to be a stud. I'm going to keep Tyler Lockett unless he's like
Going
20
for $3.
bucks. How much?
3.
$3?
As of the last time I updated my spreadsheet.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep Jordy even I don't know, whatever. He's,
What's Jordy going for?
I took him for $1.
He's going for 38.
And he's hurt more, so hopefully he doesn't go up a whole lot.
Well, if he comes back anywhere near the level he was, I mean,
look at this.
38 is a steal for a top, receiver. I feel like.
Yeah. So, what I'm debating CJ, Carson, Palmer. I think I am keeping Jordy and Lockett, and then just gonna focus on running backs. A second elite running back, and who knows? But
I was out scouting some players earlier, and I think there is some competition though behind Jordy.
Yeah.
Were you at Packer practice?
Yeah, I stopped by for a little bit today.
Nice.
I'm not worried.
Today? They practiced today? Were they practicing twice today?
No, they just practiced at 6.
Did you see Jared Cook?
I did. He's a beast.
Really?
And Jeff Janis dropped 2 balls in the end zone.
Yeah, he's not making the team. If they don't keep 7, he's the guy that's gone.
Adams looked good. Montgomery looked rusty, but it was his first day back. So.
Well, now we move on to the last division.
Oh, you didn't even do my team. Oh, never mind. We're going divisions. Sorry.
The last division.
I thought you said segment.
You didn't even do mine.
Edit that out live. Edit it.
The Sethosaurus is he's got Andrew Luck, Matt Jones, Ryan Matthews, Brashad Perryman.
Shad.
Brashad. Yeah, I recognize that name now that you said it. Brashad.
Brashad.
AJ Green, Michael Floyd.
Bobby Rainey too, huh?
He's got Adams.
Really?
Oh, what? Nuh-uh. He's got Adams stashed on his bench, and Stafford, and Rawls.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seth bailed in week 11 last year, and took everybody.
I acquired most of those guys earlier in the season.
I know.
So Seth, if you were Sethosaurus' owner, who would you keep, and who do you think you should keep?
Well, I have to keep Ryan Matthews, AJ Green, Michael Floyd.
Damn.
And I'm happy about that.
And I think on top of that, you keep Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I'm keeping him probably. Unless he goes up to like $15, then I'll rethink it. And at the price everyone else is going for, I like Matt Jones.
Yeah, either Matt Jones or Amir Abdullah, probably, I would say.
Honestly, I like Rawls at his price too, but I'm not going to keep that many guys.
You're not going to keep that many guys. I thought you said, I'm not going to keep that from you guys.
Oh.
let us bid up Rawls. Interesting. Okay, well, did you weigh in, Robbie? I was a little distracted when I came in. All right, moving on. Ejon Island. He finally changed his name, thank God.
So I do have a confession.
Yeah.
I am rooting for the price of the Minnesota Vikings defense to just go up to like $5. I would love that. I would love that.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
Because Eric has to keep them.
I know.
They're going for 2 right now.
Ooh, even if they went to 3, it'd still be funny.
I'm just gonna just pop in drafts and just bid like $50 on them and try and
just like go on Reddit and just hype the shit out of them. So he's got Matt Ryan, he's got Devontae.
So he's another one too. So he already traded AJ Green to my brother, who then traded him to me. But he still has Brandon Marshall, Des Bryant, and Doug Baldwin.
I know.
That's insane.
So I don't think Doug Baldwin's going to be good this year, which is why
I don't think he'll be as good, but I think
as good, right?
But he's only going for like $16 or something. I feel like
that's true. So it might be worth it to keep him. I mean, Russell's going to air it out. We'll see.
I mean, if he's spending 50, how much is Adrian? Like 52 right now. That's going to be a hefty price for Brandon Marshall at 34 and Dez at 45. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Get
I feel
the
like Eric's the guy who will keep like as little players as possible to keep his draft as flexible as possible.
as little players as possible.
He'll only keep a few players so that I can't talk with this pussy in my face.
Come on. Sorry, I'm done.
I feel like Eric's a guy who will keep a few number of players in order to keep his draft very flexible because he does have. I mean, he has 3 of the top probably 12 running backs, and he has 2 of the top 10 wide receivers. I mean, he's got a lot of flexibility to do what he wants here.
God, he has. Oh man, he has John Brown too.
He's got.
Yeah, jeez.
Eric is
You
my,
Latavius Murray? He's got so many keepers.
Eric is my pre-draft pick to win the league next year.
Ah, don't say that.
Wow, not Jim, not a three-peat.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, and he's in Seth's division. So I was looking. I was like, who the fuck has Russell Wilson? The last guy. Good old Dan Ross.
Dan Ross.
So he's got Wilson. He's got Woodhead, David Johnson, Calvin Johnson. That's a good one.
He retired.
I know.
That's a good one.
He's got DeMarco on his bench. Blake Bortles, Larry Fitzgerald, Martellus Bennett. What are your thoughts?
In order to maintain his mediocrity, I think he keeps both Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon.
Ooh, I think David Johnson's an interesting one because he's going to be expensive, but he could be so good.
He could be really good. He's got to keep Russell Wilson, right?
I would think so. He has to keep Larry Fitzgerald because he traded for him.
I think
hope.
those are 3 right there. Maybe Eric Decker.
Eric Decker is a good value too. Yeah.
I hope he doesn't. What's Russell going for? I hope he doesn't.
Like 16.
Oh, really? Well, that's like what Carson was going for, wasn't it? I'd take
Carson is 6.5.
Oh, never mind.
Russell's up to 17 now.
Yeah.
Nice. Bleed him dry.
So I was thinking, like, how many people are actually going to be available on draft day?
No, it could be a quick draft.
I mean, there's going to be top tier guys at least running back and wide receiver, just because there's teams that can't afford to keep the guys on their team. But like those, like, the next tier down, it might be just gone.
Yeah, and it's going to be like.
Wait, what are we talking about here?
Everybody bids for those top tier guys, and then pretty much you nominate who you want.
That's what happens. That's what happens regardless. It really does. Every year, I did an analysis of our auction compared to average values, and we overpay up to 20% for top guys. But then middle tier guys and guys later in the draft, even if they're good, go for 20% less.
You get steals on them.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
That's what Weber does. He just sits back and gets like Julian Edelman for 20% below his value.
Yeah, maybe people bid you up a couple bucks, but then they get scared and they don't want them, and you'd end up paying a little more than you'd want for a guy, but still below his value.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
But I think you have to be willing to go and get a top tier person at either QB, running back, or wide receiver. I don't think you're making the playoffs without one of them.
No, definitely not.
Last year,
you won't be the person who keeps like, all these value guys. Like, I'm going to keep all these value guys and not be willing to spend money on a top tier guy because those value guys, you can't start all of them. You can keep as many as you want, but you can't start them all. You have to spend 50
just don't blow your load on Brown, Gronk, and Peyton and have 0 running backs.
That's kind of. I mean, I have a lot of keepers already, so my strategy is fairly obvious. But I'm trying to just stockpile a few steady positional guys like Andrew Luck for $12 or whatever, and then if I have Matt Jones and Ryan Matthews for sub $10, I at least have depth there. but then I'll still have enough money going into the draft to still target guys.
So I'm gonna bid you up because I know you're going for an elite player at one of those.
Well, I also have AJ Green too, so I wanted to secure one top guy going in.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to trade with Jim on one of his top guys, and then the AJ Green thing came about. So that was my goal going into it, was to just secure one top receiver no matter what, and then just try and get some value.
Man, I'm glad the draft is 3 weeks away, but now I'm just getting like too excited for fantasy. I want a roster bait.
It's only 2.5 weeks away, if that helps.
Ooh.
That's great. We're only like 11 days from us knowing the keeper values.
Okay, that's fine. Is there a preseason this weekend?
It's Thursday.
Friday.
Sweet.
Thursday, this game. Packers play Friday. Hard Knocks tonight.
Oh yeah.
Right. It probably.
You guys want to live stream Hard Knocks watching?
Yeah.
It's probably HBO. Probably HBO Goable right now, isn't it? I think.
Probably, yeah.
Seth, are you pretty upset that you missed the Bachelor in Paradise for this?
It's on Mondays.
It's on tonight too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, what are the scramble teams? We're gonna wrap this up here. I don't know how long we've been going for, but it's been long enough, I think.
I think so.
What are the scramble teams?
Me, Josh, Richie.
Are they divisions?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do divisions, but then we're merging your division and Corey's division. But I also have an idea, and we can still have a conversation about it because I want to make sure everyone's comfortable and fair with everything. But I was also thinking, because then your team will have 4 people, so that's an extra putt, chip, drive, approach, whatever.
Corey, Jim, and Mike. Okay, all right, because Weberg's not coming.
He might.
I haven't seen. He hasn't responded yet, but he might certainly welcome to. And then we'll readjust teams.
Facebook message because I see his name there under scene.
So I mean, if we do it the way it's currently proposed, the teams of 3 don't get an extra stroke, so that balances out. And I was also thinking if we thought we needed to balance it out more, the teams of 3 could play from the blues, the other team could play from the whites or something. We could throw something like that in there too. It's not that different, but it might be enough. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, cool. I don't know how to. I don't know how to wrap this up, but like I was saying, next week we should definitely. I'll have a little more time to prepare the theatrics of the whole thing. We can get everybody on screen at once. We get some dope logos and some sweet pictures and PowerPoints and all that shit. It's really easy doing it live. Like the fact that when I hit stop, it's on YouTube and we're just done. Like we just have to tell people when we're doing it and they can watch. And then obviously we'll just link it in Facebook. Everybody will know where to find it and they can watch it later. But I think this is the way to go. And this is we just have to sit down, drink some beers, and talk every week.
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
guaranteed to happen if we just do it. You don't have to rely on me to do it.
And it actually flows the same, anyways. It's not like we
no, it definitely
had outtakes and shit,
Yeah, definitely. We might have been causing most of our problems with editing last time. Is like we'd be like cut, and then like I need to pee, and then I have to fucking go chop all that up.
Yeah, when you have that parachute, you're gonna use it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is sweet, and we just got to get like at least a couple people in chat so they can just shit on us, and then obviously if it's Hangouts too, we can get guests in.
Yeah, we can as many people as want.
Even if you're in for 5-10 minutes, that'd be cool. But
won a gold medal.
Who did?
What?
Michael Phelps won another gold medal.
Good.
Oh boy!
Well, spoiler alert. I'm watching the Olympics, and it's not on. Or I might have missed his race. I don't know.
And then I think the only other thing we need to do is get headphones or something. You've got yours on, but Dan's been a little muffly, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, I have over the years stuff like that. I could have used it.
Yeah. Is
I
that?
only had headphones because if people don't, it creates that feedback loop. Though the technology has cleaned that up, but it still happens sometimes.
Yeah. Well, cool. We'll I'm gonna play us out of here with churches, and the hangout. The broadcast won't end. Um, we could still hang out for like 5 minutes or so, but yeah, here we go. Do a little dance or kill your beer while we say bye bye.
Here's it gone.
Here's one. But things